Hi, folks. Welcome to another episode of Encourage the Heart, interviews to inspire you. My name is Tirza Watts. I'm the Director of Student Life and Campus Community at CU Denver. And joining me today is Ashley Navarro. Ashley will introduce herself in a few minutes. I want to start, though, by telling you a little bit about why we're doing these interviews. These interviews are part of a campaign called Cultivate What Matters. CU Denver's Student Life team believes that the best things in life are cultivated little by little. We come to work every day focused on helping you as college students figure out what's important to me right now. Because at the end of the day, it's about your journey as a college student. It's not about us. We're here to help you figure out what's your story, what are your hopes, what are your goals, and what fires you up right now. We can't wait to cheer you on this journey, figuring out what's important and what matters to me right now. So at this time, I'd love for Ashley to introduce herself. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what you're studying, what you're involved in on campus, and where you're from?
Hi, everyone. So as she said, I'm Ashley. I'm a student ambassador here at CU Denver, but I'm also a new student orientation leader. This is my second year here. I am majoring in recording arts and minoring in music business, and I was born and raised here in Denver, Colorado. So.
Awesome. Well, welcome to the program today. So let's start with talking about what's important to you right now.
What's important to me right now is family, friends, and loved ones, as well as my own mental health. You know, I want to make sure everyone close to me is staying safe and staying really healthy, but I also want to make sure that I do the same for myself.
Okay. You know, as we deal with this remote learning process during this coronavirus pandemic, we're under a lot of stress, but sometimes when we're under stress, laughter becomes that stress relief. And so I'd love to know what's making you laugh right now.
What's making me laugh right now is my puppy, Wally. He's the silliest little goofball there is. It's usually just him and I these days, and whenever I'm starting to get really stressed out by my workload, he's somehow always able to sense that and wagging his little tail over, and he'll make a goofy face, or he'll lay down in a silly way, or he'll force me to get up and play fetch with him. That's his favorite game. And it's honestly really good to bring my energy back up that way after sitting around all day long.
Cats are wonderful. I have two cats, and one of them at about 5 minutes to 5 every day comes in meow, 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 telling me that the workday is over and it's time to stop. And I always chuckle because he is a true little alarm clock. He always is on time. Okay, so my next question. I want you to think about somebody in your past that has been an encourager to you. We often think of people in our past as encouragers either for a reason, a season, or for a lifetime. So who's encouraged you in the past that you could tell us a story about?
All right. Well, during my last 2 years of high school, I had a really close friend, and he was like the best friend that I could have honestly ever had. He always knew how to turn my rainy days into sunshine, and I always felt like he was there, even though sometimes he couldn't. One of the things that we had in common was that we both really loved music, and I was just a little more shy to say so. But together we decided to sign up for the school talent show, and he always says that I was the one who helped pull them up onto the stage, but I don't think that's true. If it wasn't for him, I really would not be here right now. I wouldn't be here at CU Denver studying music. I wouldn't be finishing my first song that I ever wrote fully by myself. And it was really just him who pulled me up onto that stage that day. And it was him who told me that it was okay to sing my heart out, and that's what I plan to keep on doing.
That's wonderful. If you could call him, what would you say to him right now that you've told us this story?
The first thing I would say to him is that I love him, and I thank him for helping me to never give up, and I thank him for always believing in me. And then I'd call him a poop head because that's what I always call him. So
those good old friend nicknames. Well, you know, it's funny. Most of the people who've answered this question in these interviews have said that they would tell that person that they love them. And I think that's so important right now that we let the people that have impacted our lives know how important they are to us. So today's challenge for you, Ashley, is to give him a call or to send him this YouTube link once we get it posted.
Okay, I will.
So, you know, in the last 4 weeks that we've been at home, and it's bizarre that we've been at home for 4 weeks this week, I'm sure there's some epiphany you've had about yourself or some aha that you've realized. So what have you learned about yourself in the last month?
The biggest thing that I've learned about myself this past month is that I am actually okay being alone. You know, I'm not really a big social butterfly, but I always ran from being alone just because I knew that there was a lot of like hard mental work that I had to do on myself, and I was always just avoiding that. But being alone is actually not so terrible. It's actually helped me to self-reflect a lot and to really look deep down into what I need from my life right now, like what I need, and just being able to figure out how to stay calm during everything. So
Yeah. You know, people who know me know I'm a flaming extrovert. I love to be around people. But I found being engaged online all day long has been a little bit draining. And so it's been good for me to slow down in the evenings and not turn the TV on, just have some music on and just reflect and think about, what am I feeling right now? What am I thinking right now? What do I need to do to address anything that I'm uncomfortable with right now? And so that's been helping me survive this last month. So my next question is, if somebody was struggling, what kind of encouragement could you offer them, or what would you do to help support them?
for anyone struggling during this time, I'd probably just tell them to keep holding on. Just keep the people and the things that keep you happy close and to not worry about the rest. As my Thea would always say, don't worry, be happy.
Yep. It's important to just focus on what's important and prioritize at this kind of time period.
Sure.
Well, one of the things we like to do when we do activities with students in student life is often we'll end an activity with a process called one word. And so we'll just ask students to go around the circle and share what's one word that represents what you're thinking or feeling right now. So what's your one word for right now?
My one word would have to be love. And it's not just romantic love, but it's also like sibling love, family love, friendly love, self-love. That's the biggest one I definitely am looking toward right now.
Can you tell me a little bit more about self-love? I know that sometimes that's a learning process for college students. So give us some tips maybe about how to practice self-love.
I think the biggest thing is that you have to be able to look at yourself and remind yourself that despite everything that's going on, it's you have to love yourself. It's really important. One of the biggest things that I like to do is I have this little mirror where I would always write a little note to myself, like a little love note. And I would always write something along the lines of, you are resilient, or you are lovely, you are going to get through this. Just things like that to help remind myself that I'm not alone and I'm going to get through it, and I have to continue to love myself. And they're always such really nice notes to see every single day.
Those are great tips. Thank you. So that wraps up our episode of Encourage the Heart. I want to thank you for joining us, and thank you, Ashley, for joining us. We'd also ask our audience to please subscribe to our YouTube channel, CU Denver Student Life. And we're trying to hit that 100 subscriber mark so that we can have a unique name for our channel. So again, thank you for joining us. And Ashley, it's been great to talk to you.
Thank you. Bye.